Hi, this is Kat and Gary for Tech Digest Live. We're standing on the streets of London, Soho, where we're blogging live today thanks to Vodafone Mobile Broadband. Today's video review, we're going to be looking at portable media players, or PMPs for short. So I've got the Archos 605 Wi-Fi and the Creative Zen. Gary's got...
I've got one of these and one of these.
Can't remember what they're called though.
Well, yes, I can. That's a PSP. That's an iPod Touch.
Right, Gary, well, we're in Soho and they've got some really good lingerie shops here, so I'm just going to check out some bras and pants and so do scrumptious for a second. Is that okay? Yep, left up to your own devices, you can handle it. Alright, be a second.
Well, hello. I'm going to avoid making eye contact with anyone or looking at any bras by reviewing the video playback quality of the PSP. I've loaded on here an episode of Lost. I'll try and get it working. Oh, you want to see that, do you? Okay. It also has a 480 by 272 LCD screen, and it plays MP4s and MOVs for your convenience. Oh, there I am. I'm pressing the button. Oh, there you go. Oh, there's a bit of a spoiler warning. It's from episode 4, so you might want to look away. Yeah, don't. Well, it's really nice. PSP has a great interface for transferring movies onto it. You just drag and drop them across via USB. It's really clever. None of that faffing about with iTunes nonsense. Download it off the internet, whack it on your PSP, watch it on the train. It's fantastic. The 4.3-inch screen is really nice. Evangeline Lilly looks particularly lovely on the PSP. So yeah, it's even though this is only the first video, it's emerging as a definite favourite and possible winner of the best PMP.
We have been here for over 2 hours now and I am bored out of my mind. Gary's insisted on playing Outrun, Sega Outrun in Chocodero for the last couple of hours and I am utterly bored out of my brain.
And it's a good thing that I've got this Archos 605 Wi-Fi PMP just nipped out to the corridor now because it's a bit quieter here and I was so sick of hearing him exclaiming every time he won, whatever it is you do in that game. Anyway, the 605 is really good. It comes in 4GB, 30GB, 80GB and 160GB options, so that's quite a bit of storage capacity for putting on all those episodes of Lost you've queued up on your laptop. It's got an 800 by 480 pixel screen, so that's fairly good. Touchscreen, 4.3-inch LCD. I think that the colour's really good. I'm really impressed with this PMP, and the fact that it's got an external speaker is amazing. It actually goes, whoop, let's touch it. As you can see, it's really...
I'm one of the survivors of Oceanic Flight.
It's really quite loud. Anyway, other things that I should mention, it can load MPEG-4 file formats along with WMV and .avi. You can load it by putting onto an SD card and putting it into the slot here. Otherwise, it's got Archos' annoying proprietary port there that you can plug into your USB port on your computer and just transfer really easily. It's quite easy to just drag and drop, and you can use Windows Media Player to put it on there. I'm really impressed with this, I have to say, and just the fact that you can listen to music and everything else just makes it a huge bonus. It starts at £149.99 for the lowest capacity model, so I think that's really good, cheaper than the iPod Touch as well. Right, Gary, was it really necessary to spend 4.5 bloody hours in Chocodero playing the same Sega game?
Well, yes, actually it was, because you need to see all the different alternate routes and all the different alternate endings that come from each alternate route. So yes, it actually is quite important.
I got so bored! We're supposed to be filming video reviews for PMPs.
They're not going to know. No one's keeping track of what we're doing.
Right. Well, if no one's keeping track, then I'm going to just ditch work for a while and go on to Pop and check out some CDs.
fine.
Right, some of those £3 CDs.
Okay, I have no knowledge of modern music whatsoever, so I'll just stand outside here and watch television.
Fantastic. See you in about 3 hours? Yeah.
Well, while Kat tries to decide whether to buy Celine Dion's greatest hits or to go for each individual album to get the full back catalogue of her work, I'll fire up another episode of Lost, this time on the iPod Touch. It's, as ever, using it feels like you're indulging in some sort of odd magic just by touching the screen and whizzing everything about with your fingers. It's awesome. Now it has a 3.5-inch screen, so it's slightly smaller than the PSPs, but it has a slightly higher resolution at 480 by 320. That's something for you guys to argue about on the internet about which one of those situations is best. The only problem is the I don't know, the size seems a bit wrong, the aspect ratio is a bit wrong. I'm getting black borders at the top and bottom of the picture here, which frankly that's impacting on my enjoyment of watching Evangeline Lilly running around in a vest. So I'm quite annoyed and disappointed by that. You also have to go through iTunes to get anything on there, which is a bit of a pain, but that's all balanced out by the fact that you're using an iPod Touch and you're having fun just pressing it and caressing it. So, you know, uppers and downers, and I guess we'll form some sort of conclusion about that at the end of this little video. I might just pop in to see if the new issue of Tortured MILFs is out. It's usually out on about the second Thursday of the month, so I should probably have it.
That's fine.
So anyway, the Creative Zen.
Kat, have you got any money?
It's a few quid, I guess. Spend it wisely.
I need more than that.
Sorry, I only have a couple of quid.
So as I was saying, the Creative Zen comes in 4 gig, 8 gig, 16 gig and a whopping 32 gig storage capacity. Now, as you can see, 2.5-inch LCD screen with a 320 by 240 pixel resolution. So with the Creative Zen you can load WMV, DivX and XVID file formats. It's quite easy. It's got the Creative Zen software that it comes bundled with, so you just have to load that onto your computer. Now I kind of wish it didn't have software, because the other things such as the Archos or the PSP you can just drag and drop, so it's a bit disappointing that you need software for this. So the screen's okay on the Zen, however it's quite dark and dingy in daytime light like I am in today. In comparison to the Archos, the PSP and the iPod Touch, it's not nearly as bright, so it's a bit disappointing. As you can see, it's also got some black bars, borders on there, so that also means that the aspect ratio of the file isn't quite matched with the Zen. So a bit disappointing from Creative, I'm afraid. Okay, so in conclusion, we've got the 4 gadgets. We've got the Archos 605 Wi-Fi, the Creative Zen, we've got the Sony PSP and the Apple iPod Touch.
Yeah, I traded them in for magazines.
For pornography? Right, okay, you better not have.
No, I was only joking. I've got the PSP.
Right, yeah. So what did you prefer out of the two of them then?
Well, PSP is easier, more straightforward to use. But compared to the iPod, it feels a bit old-fashioned. Much as I dislike Apple and their trendy products, using the iPod Touch just still feels like a joy. So
it's a luxury product, isn't it?
Well, it's like a futuristic fantasy product, so I just can't help prodding it and rubbing my fingers around on it. It's just a joy. So yeah, I don't really care about resolutions and stuff like that. I'm a bit vain, like the iPod.
Fantastic. Well, out of my two, I have to say that the Archos 605 Wi-Fi is amazing. The screen's obviously bigger, it's slightly more expensive, with the Creative Zen coming in at $79.99. I mean, if you're looking for something under 100 quid, the Zen, you know, will do its job. However, it's just nowhere in comparison to the 605. So you've heard our thoughts on these 4 products. Let us know what you think in the comments field below. Because now we're going to go into the British sex shop for a while. Bye!